We're Nate and Shannon, a nomadic couple that met 2 years ago. We had separate vans for a while, but we recently combined into this Toyota camper that we imported from Japan. Shannon is currently on a long-term business trip out west.
Welcome to Ohio.
After spending quite a few days traveling to the Midwest, alternating my time between the road and the computer screen, I've now arrived in Michigan. Unfortunately, I was greeted by an unpleasant surprise and some additional bad news from Shannon out in California. I think I was just pretty lucky. Well, that was one of the stranger things that's ever happened to me. I made it to Michigan yesterday evening, and this morning I arrived in Lansing, which is the capital of Michigan. It's actually a pretty big city, like over 100,000 people that live here. I was driving right through the middle of the downtown area. I think it was part of Michigan State University's campus. It was a very busy intersection, like there were a bunch of cars. There were actually quite a few pedestrians as well walking around. As I was going through this intersection, it was a green light. I was just kind of cruising, my normal, very slow speed with the van. Out of nowhere, this small baby deer looked just like Bambi, had the white spots, the white tail, very, very tiny, the low to the ground. It just bolted right out in front of the van, and I honestly didn't even realize what had happened until after I made contact with the deer. Like, I didn't even see it until after I hit it. And there was a girl, a pedestrian on the side of the road, and she saw it and she kind of yelled, and I obviously slowed down, basically slowed down to a stop. And the deer did just pop back up and run off. It looked like it was okay. I mean, I'm sure that it got hurt in some way, but hopefully it's able to recover. And then I just pulled over immediately into a parking lot that was nearby just to kind of check out the van. Fortunately, there was also no damage to the van, at least that I can see. I mean, our license plate did get a little bit bent, our little fake Japanese license plate from Sapporo that we have on there. That thing got pretty bent out of shape. Otherwise, the van seems okay. And as I had pulled over, I saw the deer a couple of times. It was just running around like on the campus. It was like on one of the quads, just like bolting back and forth. Just kind of a very odd thing to happen when you consider the location in the middle of a busy city intersection like that. I grew up in a rural area. I remember when I was a kid, we hit a deer and it was actually kind of bad. Did a lot of damage to the vehicle. Like, I vividly remember that day like it was yesterday. Fortunately today I think I lucked out quite a bit, and hopefully the deer makes a recovery. It's kind of a strange way though to get welcomed to the state of Michigan. I did decide to splurge for a paid campsite tonight. Tomorrow morning, I am shooting the second wedding that I was hired to do out here in Michigan. I will be with them basically the entire day. The night before, I wanted to make sure that I was going to get a good night's rest. Also, really needed to top off our water. It was very, very low, so we got new fresh water in here now. So pretty much the worst thing that you can do with a professional videography shoot is to show up with a bunch of dead batteries. So that's another huge reason why I wanted to have the campground in the shore power tonight. I just really wanted to be sure, no pun intended, that everything was 100% charged and I was ready to go. So that's what I'm doing right now. I am just charging all my batteries. I really like to do it the night before because my batteries tend to have a tendency to discharge while they are in storage, especially the drone stuff. So I just have everything going. I'm gonna 100% fully charge everything. I'm also gonna be using that shore power to do a lot of editing tonight as well. I have a lot to get caught up on. I'm gonna get a hot shower as well first thing in the morning before I head over to the wedding. And I think at this point here, guys, I'm probably just gonna turn the vlog off for a little bit and basically just check in with you guys when I come back to life after tomorrow. Before continuing on, I want to give a special thank you to Ridge Wallets for sponsoring these videos. Ridge makes a minimalist wallet, which is essentially an alternative to the traditional leather style wallet. I did use a bulky leather wallet for years and years, and I switched over 2 years ago now to a Ridge design here. It fits very comfortably in my front pocket, has RFID protection, and my favorite thing is that these are just more durable. They're really good just to kind of condense everything that you need so that you're only carrying carrying what you need on you instead of just all kind of random other things that tend to get stuffed into a wallet. And I'm a huge fan, guys. I love that I can throw this thing around. It's rubbing up against my keys in my front pocket. I literally just dropped it while I was shooting this clip here. Very, very... I would definitely recommend checking out Ridge. If you follow the link in the description below and then use the promo code ELEMENT at checkout, you can get 10% off anything in their store. Thank you again, Ridge, for sponsoring these videos. It's been a couple of days since I last checked in with you guys. The wedding did go pretty well overall and got a lot of great footage. But for like the past 5 days, I've literally been spending 10 hours a day, sometimes more than that, at various Starbucks locations all across central Michigan, just trying to edit. I have 2 full wedding films that I'm working on in addition to the YouTube stuff, and it's just really hasn't been a whole lot going on. It's been pretty boring, basically just working all day in front of the computer. So I am making a lot of progress though, which is great. But I do want to break some news to you guys. First, the night of the wedding, as I was finishing up, I got this news, and it's pretty bad news. Not really great. I got it from Shannon and particularly her mom, Jane, out in California. Some of you guys may remember this. I did a tour video showing off a sportsmobile van that Shannon has had in her family for like the past 16 years. She basically grew up with this van. They would take it on trips all the time during the summers and just kind of use it as a way to escape the city, to get out and to go on adventures, go camping and everything like that. It's a really awesome van, really cool setup, pop top, in excellent condition. You know, her mom Jane has kept it in pristine condition for all the years. The thing basically looks like it's brand new, even though it's 16 years old. And we got some pretty rough news regarding that van, and I'm just gonna let Shannon take over from here.
So last night at 7 p.m. I was dog sitting elsewhere, but my mom was home, and the police showed up at her door and asked if she was the owner of a Ford E250 van that was found stolen in Vallejo, which is like at least 40 minutes away from us. They went and checked the garage that she pays monthly for parking at, and it was not there. Just some broken glass left behind. So we drove up to Vallejo last night to pick up our van at a tow yard.
No, there's no way they did that.
We don't know. They could have had it for an entire week.
Why would it have the Ford thing on the top? No, that's a different van.
It's another sportsmobile.
It's gotta be. I can't believe it.
I know, that's it.
They must have had it for a week.
Well, they didn't just have it for an hour or two.
Wow. What? Oh, it's Plasti Dip. They Plasti Dipped it.
I guess it was picked up mid-crime at a Pep Boys. The police had to chase the individual in question, not in the car, I guess on foot, luckily. And now our van looks like that. My mom is obviously devastated. She's had this van for 16 years, and she's actually paid monthly, like several $100s every month to park in that parking garage for the last 16 years and never had an issue before. But there's a first for everything. Okay, it's Sunday, July 25th, the day after we found out about my mom's van. And look at this front page byline. This is going to be a very, very expensive insurance claim, I'm sure. They pretty much have to repaint the entire outside of the van.
Scratches on paint and panel upon arrival, yeah, I'll say.
Understatement of the year. Probably gonna have to take it back to Sportsmobile for all of the damage they did to all of the interior. And I just don't understand, you know, like, the van was so cute before, and all they did was rip stuff out put nails in random places. They took the carpet out. They put these weird LED strip lights in.
Oh, meth head pillows.
Yum.
Sign me up.
Unfortunately, my aunt and cousin are coming in on Friday from North Carolina, and my mom had planned a trip up to the Redwoods with the van. So that obviously won't happen, which is sad. On top of all of the personal belongings and that need to be replaced and the damage that needs to be fixed. So it'll be a while before our van is in working condition again. I have to say, there's like a few things more uncomfortable than knowing someone was in your personal space without your permission, especially when they do things like that to it. There's tons of stolen goods and it smelled like Axe body spray. It's a very sad day. Poor Vanny.
I know. She just feels so mutilated.
Scuff marks everywhere.
Definitely kind of a bummer, that goes without saying. And you know, when I found out about that night, like, I couldn't even sleep, guys. I was tossing and turning in bed for hours just thinking about what they were going through, what Jane was going through, and like Shannon said, just that invasive, almost gut-wrenching feeling to know that somebody invaded your space with no respect or regard for you and basically just destroyed it. I mean, the video doesn't really do it justice. It's in pretty bad shape, guys. There's a lot that's going to need to be repaired in the van, and I just hope that things get better and that, you know, that they're able to fix it and get it back on the road soon and they'll be able to enjoy it for years to come. Obviously not an ideal situation, and it does remind me of the time that I was out there in my NV200 and it was broken into while I was inside the van. Shannon dealt with it with her Sprinter on a number of occasions as well, and doesn't really give you a warm and fuzzy feeling. It's definitely a frustrating situation. So I am going to end this video here, guys. I'm going to do my best to get it uploaded for y'all. Tomorrow is actually the time. It's now. I have like less than 12 hours theoretically to finish this edit and get it out to you. I'm going to do everything I can. If it is a week late, I apologize, but I am okay though. I'm doing fine. It's just that I'm, you know, been very bogged down in a lot of footage, obviously a lot of editing, making some good progress like I said before, but I do have a whole nother wedding film to edit before I am out of the woods. So things are going to continue to be crazy, spending a lot of time in front of the computer over the next couple of days. And then I do have a fun adventure planned on Lake Michigan. That's going to be part of the next video though. Thanks for watching, guys. I can't thank you all enough for your support and for following along on this journey. I'll talk to you all in the next one.